Another day, another recreation of Half-Life in another engine. I just love this sort of stuff. Today we're taking a quick look at a map that recreates the introduction maps from Half-Life 2 inside the Quake 1 engine. This map was made by Scampi and was made as part of a mapping jam called Joke Jam in 2020. Right off the bat, I gotta say this is one of the best sort of these recreations I've seen in a while. The main thing being that it combines the map layout of Half-Life 2 but uses the Quake textures, so in the end it becomes this interesting amalgamation of both worlds. The citizens are the zombies and the Combine cops are the knights. Plus there's some dialogue from the ranger, because in this point of view you're not playing as Gordon but you're the ranger from Quake. It starts off from the classic G-Man speech intro and we end up in the train stopping at City 17. From there we go to the checkpoint, meet Barney, and even see a very basic version of Pick Up That Can. Strangely enough, this looks much more grounded than that Half-Life 2 classic mod I looked at a while ago, because that felt a bit bizarre even though it uses the Half-Life 2 art style and the goal source engine. This felt more unique in its own way. One thing I really liked was the usual Quake sky in this map. Overall, the visuals brought in this sense of gothic yet futuristic vibes that the original Quake also had in some levels. The blocky textures, thanks to having texture filtering disabled, also made this look very crisp. One thing I was thinking about was the fact that would something like this really could have been made in 1996? Without the heavy lifting from modern source ports like VkQuake that I'm using. Well, yes, the engine or its map editor might have been able to let mappers make this, but honestly, the hardware of the time would have struggled immensely to process and play something like this. There were way too many polygons and brushes, and the overall map size itself would have frozen any PC from that time. Similarly, in my previous video titled Half-Life in 1993, sure, some of those mods would have also ran on vanilla Doom, but source ports like GZ Doom and VkQuake are required to play some of them. These source ports add in so many features and upgrades the engine in such a way that you can experience amazing mods on them without the engine feeling outdated. Also, I really like that the apartment block lockdown sequence also played out, and I had Quake enemies chase after me on the rooftops. Then I found the Thunderbolt, killed a bunch of people, met Alex who glitches out and turns into G-Man, and the map ends. It's amazing when you look at how hardware improved over the decades, where games like Quake needed a 75 MHz processor and 16 MB of RAM, but now we have processors with 6 or 8 cores that could go up to 4 GHz each, and there's like 32 GB or 64 GB of RAM, which is kind of common or becoming common now. But even still, there are games coming out that need the beefiest of rigs to run them, like Alan Wake 2 for example, which I am very much looking forward to play. But regardless of how powerful our computers may become, there's always a time to play classics like Half-Life or Quake. Thanks for watching, and a big thanks to these benefactors for supporting the channel. Shepard, Unusual, Interloper CS, T-Boy301, TTG, Robocop, Noel, Nobody Important, Franco Senlehi, Cheemsboger, Justin Imbergriff, Taiwanesium, Tedasaur, Otakon Nachos, Lamdre, Decoder Mapping, Skyclad, Roadkill, Quiltman, Walter, Taylor, Hobgoppies, NoClick, Geode, Fisher Grice, Hawkassault, Mr. Spaban, Jelen, A Normal Street Lamp, TRR Droid, and Bipolit. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.